Alright, hi, showing the air pipe schematic maybe again. I've done maybe a video on this before, but I wanted to show it to you. Alright, the blue is basically the floor plan. I'm going to move up here. I marked all the valves with spheres. So, the red is a sanding valve. This over here, where the cursor is, that's your dead pneumatic, and then blue brake pipeline to the trucks, and green to the controls. And this is the front, and we'll just pick out like sphere. Each sphere has a hyperlink, and you push control, click, and it will bring up the different. And then it goes, and I've made each one of these maintenance videos, and you may not be able to hear the audio because it's on a recording and I'm using the microphone, but these would be the ball cutout cocks. And it goes, this would be TM 55210, the MSN is 2210 for diesel freight, 34 tells you it's a technical manual, 55 is the series, and this one covers removal, installation, testing, and we can skip it ahead. I took it, there's me, this is years ago, and then, so here would be your ball cutout cock on a Davenport, and it goes over the installation and repairs, so let's just pick a different one, and, so up here we have the sander valves, let's just click this one. See what it brings us to. We've actually opened up what's known as the cutout cock strainer, and I clicked that 3 times. This one goes over the disassembly, cleaning, inspection, repair, and assembly. Same TO45 would be railroad binding A2 2122 cutout, and then it goes over the repair, the disassembly, and each one of these has an individual. Let's see if we can see any more pictures. And it gets exploded right about here. So basically, we're keeping the most of the air piping schematic has never been changed, and it tells you how to do the maintenance and repair and disassembly. So basically, like this is all hyperlinked together. Each sphere is a different valve, and it's all hyperlinked. Blue is your goes to the pipes. Red is your signaler. Green is your controls. And then this shows, if you follow this line here, this way, and this way, you can see that it's a double 2 control stand. So I split it in half, and then we'll pan to the left. It travels down about halfway, and then you would meet a cutout cock on the sides over here by the fuel pump somewhere, and you could dump the air in case of emergency from there. And then we move on to the rear, and then like I said, the green is the airline, blue is the trucks, red is the sanders, and then yellow over here, it shows our air compressors, our air reservoirs, and our air compressors. And let's just click on one of the red ones real well. Let's see here. Let's click on the green one. A green one. It's 2 minutes long. I don't know if that's coming up, but removal, installation. So all the maintenance work is done. All the brakes are pretty much the same. And then let's see if I can't bring this up real quick. Desktop, locomotive design, PDF master, CCB diagnostic display. And I caught this in another video where it's a computer control brake stand for a triple control stand locomotives. That's one I did. I made a triple control stand, which is above the bar. Once again, it goes into, this would be controller number 1, auto care, and it's basically an air brake self check that checks the driver, remains it. It goes over independent handling, your independent handle, your frequencies, and I wrote a couple of DOS programs for my thing. Basically, it controls the fault code, and you can reset the by air compressor, or it will send an air control valve to a fault bin for later open in a text version viewer. And we'll go back to the drawing real quick. So yellow, let's see here. Alright, yellow would be your main air reserves. Here we have a main air reserve draw. These are all hyperlinked. I can't believe it's got 590 views. It was 9 years ago. I can't believe that. You know, I barely have any views. Anyways, that's the main air reserve, and there'd be an auxiliary reserve for your windows, horn, bell, and I can't think of the other one right at the moment. But, anyways, so ones we're gonna pan out. Usually would be your glad hands over here for multiple unit corrections. Blue to the brake valves, red to the cylinders, yellow to the auxiliary. And then in this top left corner you have a control stand, and then up in the front, so we're actually triple control stand on this. And then over here is your main reservoir and your exhaust valves. So you could, here's the red one right here yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. This goes with, let's see if it will bring it up real quick. It's starting to get really slow. I guess I'm running too much. Anyways, I plan on doing, I have a couple different ones. This is a contact power. I'm going to do that. And then there's a starter contactor. So I'm going to try to learn as much as I can about contactors. And we'll come back and I'll show you the reference papers. So I'm going to try to learn how to do, I've read about them, but I've never drawn one. So that's what's kind of missing, but you can use the same part reference.